Guys, this is unbelievably crazy. I can't believe it. Activision has gone too far this time. This is the final straw. I am so angry about this video game, Call of Duty, and what Activision is doing. This is unacceptable. But make sure you do not buy the next Call of Duty, which I know everyone's going to do anyways, no matter what Activision does, because Call of Duty is the only video game we got going right now. It's a first-person shooter that is even moderately okay, kind of fun in a roundabout way, even though we're all being completely manipulated with the matchmaking system. But people still play it anyways. Well, I don't, but maybe you don't. But maybe many millions of people are still going to buy it and buy microtransaction. But this is unacceptable. We must stand together against it. If you hate Activision as much as I do, you think Call of Duty's horrible, can pound sand, eat shit, and go take a long walk, boom, off a short pier, roasted, hit that like button right now before we go any further. If you do not hit that like button right now, you are going to get AIDS and die like a fat, bloated Somalian with flies coming out of his nose, dying of diphtheria and other tangible diseases that are communicable only in Africa. God bless the kings and shit. All right? Yeah. So what is going on that is so horrible, so downtrodden, so bad that I'm so angry about when it comes to Call of Duty, because I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe it's not butter. And then I went rolled on a roller coaster with my beautiful blonde hair and got hit in the face by a damn seagull and fucked myself up. That was crazy. You guys remember that? That happened to me too. Now, this is what's really going on. Before we go any further, once again, I will remind you, if you haven't hit that like button, you're going to die. Call of Duty, guys. This is serious now. I'm being serious, dead serious. This is actually fucking crazy, but this is what's going down. Call of Duty will be paywalling limited time modes behind its battle pass. So you know how they have Call of Duty? I don't. If you do, you still playing Call of Duty? Let me know in the comments down below. Be honest. Are you even playing this game anymore? Probably are, because it gets a lot of views and it's got millions and billions of people playing it. According to Activision, they wouldn't lie. No way. I totally believe those guys. 9/11 totally wasn't an inside job at all. Dancing Israelis and all that shit on top of a parking garage, which was filmed and put on the TV by CBC News and all that shit. What am I talking about? Don't even worry about it, man. Just pay your taxes and shut the fuck up. So this is what's really going on, okay, guys? A new rumor, not even a rumor, this is going to be facts, has claimed, this is coming from very reputable sources, the Ghost of Hope, Tom Henderson, totally not in any way whatsoever, compromised by any gaming community or anything at all for monetization benefits, has claimed, a rumor has claimed, that Call of Duty might be changing its battle pass strategy to paywall limited time modes. So they have time modes, unlock weapons and all that kind of stuff, and all this, which fucking suck. And it was like, who cares? Like, who cares about this at all? All these limited time modes in Call of Duty are absolutely shit. They're garbage. They suck. No, I mean, I don't even care. Like, wow, I get to unlock an amazing sticker. Ooh, cool. What am I, 12 years old? No, I have a dad. Chirp. The new rumor comes from Serial Leaker, the Ghost Serial Leaker. Bro, this guy needs to get some freaking flow hope. Remember that stuff? Late night videos, commercial infomercials. Are you pissing your pants? Then you need to get Flow Zone or some shit. Who says that the recent changes could be implemented for Call of Duty 2025. According to Hope, I hope this is wrong, the current plan in Call of Duty 2025 is to have more seasonal limited time modes, but instead of them being traditionally free to all players, some will now be locked behind the game's battle pass. You won't be able to get this stuff unless you buy the battle pass, which completely sucks anyways. I had some credits, some COD points sitting around before they go expire, which they don't, but I decided to use them up. I bought the battle pass, but trust me guys, I hate Call of Duty. This means that in essence, some limited time modes will now be paywalled, with players only being able to access it by spending $20 to $30 on the battle pass. Like, Call of Duty just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And eventually, is it going to collapse and fall apart and die? Yes, but not this year, because Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed till next year. Hope goes on further to say that higher valued skins and other bits of content could be part of battle passes instead of premium event passes. If true, the move is certainly a choice, quote unquote, especially considering we've heard that Call of Duty 2025 is set to be one of Xbox's first games. So that's something else you guys need to realize. This next Call of Duty is going to cost you $80 American, $100 Canadian, because they're raising the prices of games because they're doing so awesome. I mean, like, games are totally so much fun nowadays, aren't completely shit and made by morons. So they figured, hey, what should we do to make the consumer happy since the games suck and people aren't really enjoying them? Or maybe they are. Maybe we're in a bubble. I mean, what's that? Assassin Shadow Black People or whatever with some nymph Asian chick who just loves BBC. Didn't that game sell like a gazillion dollars, even though everyone says it's going to be horrible woke nonsense? Apparently it did. Call of Duty's still selling, still a top played game, even though that we have nothing but DEI, it seems hiring processes going on, which I understand the idea of DEI because, listen, to get to positions of power and authority and money, it's very, very difficult coming from the bottom. Very, very few people, like less than 1%, actually come out of the gutter to make it to the top. And those who are at the top usually stay at the top. So they're trying to make a way. Like, I understand the idea behind DEI is actually kind of a good idea. And it sounds crazy. But the reason why they do it is because they feel people who are poor come from downtrodden or less than, I guess, affluent neighborhoods have a very difficult time rising out of that. And that's just a fact. But I don't think, that's a good idea to be hiring. I mean, listen, hiring people who suck at their jobs because of the broken system isn't going to make the system. You have to fix the system. You can't just hire idiots to do jobs and wonder why planes are falling out the sky. Nonetheless, so people are still going to buy this game, but the fact that it's hidden behind a paywall now for these limited time events, which suck anyways, like, I don't care. But another thing, too, is, Call of Duty is kind of pay to win. They put the guns in a battle pass, but, you don't have to pay for the battle pass to unlock any of the guns. You can just grind. But your time actually, when you buy the battle pass, apparently, the time to unlock stuff, you get more XP if you actually bought the battle pass. And if you don't have the battle pass, apparently it takes forever. So you'd have to grind. So they don't make it pay to win. So they kind of get around legal loopholes. But at the same time, they definitely don't make it easy for you to play the game without having to pay more. Oh, and like I said, back to the point, $100 games in Canada, $80 American. This is fucking nuts. Like, the games suck. They're going to charge more. Great idea. But this year's Call of Duty, guys, it is set to be a semi-futuristic game. Hope we have jetpacks in 2030 or 2035. So we'll be on Mars by then, according to Elon. Pause. Not. I don't know. This sounds like bullshit. More just greed. And I don't know how far they're going to push before the Call of Duty community finally gives up and just quits playing this game, or at least has a massive drop-off in player numbers. At this point, it seems like what they're doing is they recognize this is the end, and it's coming to the end, and they can see on the horizon the death of Call of Duty. So they're just trying to milk this franchise and get as much money out of it and out of its player base as quickly as possible. It's sort of like, the boat's sinking. We could try to maintain like being cool and not have it just fall apart and try to do a good job and let the game sell and make money on its own merit. But I think they think that at the end of the day, by just milking everybody and completely just being the biggest scams and just biggest, rip-off company in game, providing a shit product with the most amount of money they can make out of this shit product, is going to be better off for them in the long run. And I don't know, or maybe they just think Call of Duty community is just so dumb, we can do whatever we want and we're still going to make billions of dollars. I think it's the latter. These guys are morons out here playing Call of Duty and watching streams and I don't know, man, whatever they're doing, dude, it's crazy. So yeah, there's the video. Thanks for watching. If you didn't hit that like button, subscribe, go fuck yourself.